Perhaps more than any other institution in the field of spoken English, personal development, and soft skills, KV Institute of Spoken English and Soft Skills has changed the technique of learning effective communication and spoken English in Andhra Pradesh. Our most famous course on spoken English, interview skills, and effective communication has helped many people in Andhra Pradesh. Our mission is to help others overcome the fear of communication in English so they could achieve their dreams. With all the sessions in this program, which is called Complete Home English Learning Program, you can now benefit from the experience and insightful thoughts to learn and speak in English, along with effective communication and interview skills, which many people have discovered from KV Institute. By following the ideas and techniques presented in this program, you will become an effective and powerful communicator who would be able to make things happen and be successful in communication as well as improve interview skills. Now, KVIS is proud to bring you Advanced English, Effective Communication, and a session on interview skills. Advanced English. Our first topic would be sentence structure. Learning outcomes from this topic. Sentence structure and its importance, word order to make a good English sentence, forms of sentence, and types of sentence. Now, let us know what is a sentence. A sentence is a group of words with a subject and a predicate. When a subject and a predicate express a complete thought, it is called sentence. To make sure your sentences are clear and complete, you should be able to recognize the subject and the verb in a sentence. By following the simple steps below, you would be able to easily identify subject and verb. To be able to find the subject in a sentence, you need to ask yourself what word is the sentence describing. And you also need to ask yourself what did the subject do to find out the action verb. The meaning of an English sentence completely depends on how we arrange the order of words. For instance, the player dropped the catch. It is a very simple sentence. By placing the subject before the verb and the object after the verb. The adverbials how, when, and where generally come after verb or after the subject. I waited at the theatre till 5:30. I waited where? At the theatre. When? Till 5:30. Now, let's see forms of sentence. A sentence has 4 forms. They are statement or declarative sentence. These sentences end with a full stop or a period. Question or interrogative sentence. This sentence ends with a question mark. Command or imperative sentence. These sentences end with a period or an exclamation mark. Exclamation or exclamatory sentence. These sentences end with an exclamation mark. Let us see sentence types. There are 4 types of sentences. They are simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence. Let us know about simple sentence. A sentence which has one independent clause is called a simple sentence. It has one subject and one verb, although either or both can be a compound. A simple sentence can have adjectives and adverbs. A simple sentence cannot have second independent clause or a subordinate clause. Let's see the example. The ice cream melted in the sunshine. In this sentence, the subject is ice cream and the verb is melted. Let's see another example, which is a complete sentence but will not have a verb, which is made in India. In this sentence, there is no verb. This bike is made in India. This is another sentence which has a verb and it is a complete sentence. Let's see compound sentence. A sentence which has 2 or more independent clauses is called a compound sentence. The independent clauses can be joined in one of the two ways. The two ways are with a coordinating conjunction or with a semicolon. Let's see how we can join the two independent clauses with a coordinating conjunction. There are 6 coordinating conjunctions which are for, and then, but and yet, or, so. For in a sentence is used for a reason, and is used for addition, and then is used for continuation, but or yet can be used for contrast sentences, or is used to join the clauses which have choice. So is used in the clauses which shows result. Now let's see how we can join two independent clauses with a semicolon. We can use conjunctive adverbs like accordingly, besides, however, moreover, after all, consequently, finally, for example, nevertheless, regardless, still, though, etc. Now let's see complex sentences. A sentence which has one independent clause and at least one dependent clause is called a complex sentence. The independent clause is called the main clause. These sentences use subordinating conjunctions to link ideas. The subordinating conjunctions are words such as because, as if, unless, provided that, if, even if. Now let's see compound complex sentence. A sentence which has at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause is called compound complex sentence. The dependent clause can also be a part of the independent clause. We can use because, since, as to form a compound complex sentence. Now let's go to our next topic, agreement. The learning outcomes from this topic would be meaning of agreement, subject and verb agreement, types of subject and verb agreements. Some things just seem to go together well. We carry this concept over into grammar by matching all sentence parts. This matching of sentence elements is called agreement. It helps you to create smooth and logical sentences. The basic rule of sentence agreement is very simple. A subject must agree with its verb in number. Number means singular or plural. A singular subject such as name, person, place, thing or idea, or a plural subject in names, more than one person, places, things or ideas. A singular subject must have a singular verb. The first rule of it is a subject must agree with its verb in number. Let's see an example. He drives slowly, making the drivers behind him impatient. In the sentence above, he is a singular subject and drives is a singular verb. Let's see another example. I am ready to play now. In the above sentence, I needs a singular verb am. Let's see the rule number 2. When two or more singular subjects are joined by or, nor, should have a singular verb. This gives a perfect meaning to a sentence as you are choosing between two singular objects. Example, either Venu or Gopal has to open the innings. In the above stated sentence, only one person, either Venu or Gopal, has to open the innings. The two singular subjects, Venu and Gopal, joined by or, would take a singular verb has. Let's go through the rule number 3. A singular verb is needed for subjects that are singular in meaning but plural in form. Subjects such as civics, social studies, mumps, news, economics, and mathematics. Example, economics is a very interesting subject. In the above stated sentence, with singular subject economics, singular verb is has been used. Let's see rule number 4. Plural subjects that function as a single unit take a single verb. The scissors is on the table. In this case, scissors is a singular subject and it requires a singular verb which is. A plural subject must have a plural verb. Just as singular subject requires a singular verb, so a plural subject requires a plural verb. Let's see an example. Students at medical colleges read about 60,000 pages in 4 years. In the above sentence, students is a plural subject and read is a plural verb. The second rule would be if two or more plural subjects joined by or nor needs to have a plural verb. Let's see an example. Either my parents or my grandparents are clearing the table. In the above instance, parents and grandparents are plural subjects. So, plural verbs have been used. Now, let's go to our next topic, punctuation. You'd be able to learn from this topic punctuation symbols such as apostrophes, colons, commas, dashes, exclamation marks, hyphens, parentheses, periods, question marks, quotation marks, semicolons, and slashes. Let's see apostrophes. The apostrophe is mainly used in 3 ways: to show possession or ownership, to show plural forms, to show where a letter or number has been omitted. You need to use an apostrophe to show possession. With singular nouns or pronouns not ending in s, add an apostrophe and an s. Example, a shirt, the shirt's color. With singular nouns ending with an s, add an apostrophe and an s. If it is hard to pronounce, you can leave off the s. Words like Roberts, Robertses. With plural nouns not ending with s, add an apostrophe and an s. People, peoples. Woman, women's. With plural nouns ending with s, add an apostrophe after the s. Computers, teachers. There is very simple technique to identify where to put an apostrophe, which is you need to analyze to whom does it belong. And for instance, my friend's car. When you analyze, you can find whom does the car belong to. As it belongs to your friend and your friend is a singular, so the answer would be my friend's car. Now let's see the second way to use apostrophes, which is to show plural forms. Apostrophe can be used to show plural form. An apostrophe and an s can be used after a number, symbol, letter, etc. 5 sevens, 2 twos, twos. And the third way where you can use an apostrophe is to show where a letter or number has been omitted. In words like will not, you'd be using won't, could not, couldn't, I will, I'll. Apostrophe can also be used to show numbers out of date. For instance, the 80s, 90s, etc. Let's see our next topic, colons. You need to use a colon after an independent clause to introduce a list. Remember that an independent clause is a complete sentence. The colon is 2 dots, one on top of each other. Use a colon after an independent clause to introduce a quotation. Use a colon before the part of sentence that explains what has just been stated. You need to use a colon after salutation of a business letter. Instances like Dear Mr. Venu, to whom it may concern. You need to use a colon to distinguish a chapter from a verse in a biblical citation, hours from minutes, and titles from subtitles. Now let's see commas. Commas are the most frequently used marks of punctuation in English. In fact, commas occur in writing twice as often as all other marks of punctuation. Commas tell us how to read and understand sentences because they tell us where to pause. Let's see how a comma can be used. It is used to set off parts of a sentence. Use a comma to separate parts of a compound sentence. You need to use a comma before the coordinating conjunction. For instance, the tickets were sold out, so we decided to have dinner. As there was a comma after sold out, I had to pause over there. You need to use commas to set off dialogues. Venu said, "This movie won national award." Use a comma to separate the parts of an address. You know how to write addresses by separating commas, right? You need to use comma after introductory and concluding expressions. After an introductory word, such as, "Yes, I'd be able to make it on time to the movie. However, I might not be able to finish it on time." Use a comma after introductory phrase, such as, "To be able to finish it on time, you should work hard. Beginning tomorrow, I'd be able to attend the classes." Always use a comma after a greeting, such as, "Dear Dad, Dear Venu." You need to use a comma after interrupting words and expressions, such as, "The latest movie from Kamal Hassan, did you know, has been released across the world." Let's see dashes. A dash is not the same as a hyphen. A dash is used to add emphasis with additional information. Exclamation marks. Use an exclamation mark after every exclamatory sentence. "How dare you! What a pleasant surprise!" Let's see our next topic, hyphens. A hyphen is smaller than a dash. It is used to show a break in words. Traditionally, a hyphen was used to show a word break at the end of a line. However, modern computer software has virtually eliminated this use of hyphen. You need to use hyphen in compound nouns such as nowadays, great-grandmother, pea-sized, and also you need to use hyphens in written out fractions and in written out compound numbers such as 21, 1/2, 55. Parenthesis. Use parenthesis to set off non-essential information because it gives the reader additional information that is not crucial. Parenthesis or brackets is used to enclose additional information in a sentence. It is also used to enclose numbers or letters. Periods. Use a period after a complete sentence. A period is a full stop. You need to also use period after most abbreviations and initials. There might be instances wherein an abbreviation might come at the end of a sentence. However, there is no need for you to add another period after that, such as Dr., Miss, Junior, Mr.,
Okay.
Mrs.
Dear students, these are sample videos only. However, if you would like to have full videos, please deposit 1000 rupees into KV Institute's bank account, wherein we would be forwarding you e-links to your email ID. We have 2 sets of DVD courses, Telugu to English, a total of 50 videos on spoken English, a complete grammar course with ebook support links. The cost of This course is 1000 rupees only. Advanced English and effective communication skills. The price for links on advanced English and effective communication skills is 500 rupees only. So what are you waiting for? Fill in the order form and get your video links today. For more information, please contact Mr. Kakala Venugopal, Director of KV Institute of Spoken English. Happy learning. Or modes of payment.